I was doing 70-80% of it. That was an easy sell, very easy sell for me. Making proposals, cold calling clients, getting them to negotiate, closing them. If you are a designer and want to get into product management, something says that you're creative, you want to do something where you are working with a bunch of people, work with a bunch of stakeholders, and have a really good product management experience, here's the video for you. I'll explain this whole thing from my personal experience, where I used to be a freelance designer back in the day. I don't look like one right now because I've got into product, but designing was something that I had to do because I got into it just because I was doing my bachelor's and master's in information technology, and I was not really good at basically coding. I was decent at it. So I had to find another way to sort of get into some career path where I enjoy. So that's where I sort of got into graphic design, because that was the easiest thing to do with Canva and stuff like that. So there were a bunch of startup communities who were like hosting webinars, events, all kinds of social media activities and stuff like that. So I joined them as a designer, where I used to do graphics for them. And then soon I realized that graphics is just limiting and I want to work with a lot more founders. So here comes a very important inception as a designer. Is like earlier I just used to work with like a service-based mindset, where they used to tell me design for this poster and stuff like that, and I used to design and give it to them. But when I transitioned into the UI and UX design, where I was designing websites and apps, which I self-taught myself again from YouTube and other sources, once I started doing that, what happened was like I had to get a lot more creative. I was not told exactly what should be there in the screens and how it should work and stuff like that. So I had to figure it out for myself in terms of like what should go in this place, what button color should be this, what text should be here, how are the pages aligned, what's the user flow, and all kinds of this stuff. While I was doing this, I was working with founders, solo entrepreneurs, basically technologists, engineers, business people, all kinds of people. So they just used to come to me and say, Balaji, this is the app that I want. I'm going to build an app, let's just say like Bumble or Tinder. I just want people to come on board, match, have conversations, and go on a date. So I didn't think through, ask them questions in terms of why are you building this? Who are you building it for? What is the USP? What are the main features and stuff like that? That sort of helped me understand by going into the head of the entrepreneur to understand exactly why he is trying to do what he is trying to do. That's a very, very important thing for you to understand, even as a product manager. When you build something, it's very important for you to understand who are you building it for, what is it, the purpose of what you're building, how is it going to solve a problem, and all those things are pretty common. So I started working with these entrepreneurs, worked with 5, 6, 7, 10 people. Then I started my own design agency, where we also used to build with code after the design. Once the app gets designed, we used to also build with code and give these entrepreneurs and founders the final product. All of this design experience, right, taught me a lot in terms of like, I was just a solo designer and I had a CTO for the longest time. For a year, we were just two of us working with all these clients, trying to fulfill their needs, trying to help them build the product that they want to launch in the market, get traction, get users to use it, and then find investors to sort of raise funds for their product. So doing all of this, my co-founder was just doing the development work. So I had to take everything that's non-tech, making proposals, cold calling clients, getting them to negotiate, closing them, bringing them on board, onboarding them, doing a kickoff call, understanding what they want to build, and conceptualizing it through user flows, then working on the low fidelity wireframes, then going into high fidelity wireframes, getting the buy-in of each stakeholder in their company. The company need not be small, right? At some places, there are multiple stakeholders who have to pass through before making the design final. So I had to do that. And then the development used to come into the picture, where we used to develop version by version and then launch it for them, show it to them, give the final build. They used to launch it in the market, and we used to get feedback and keep doing it. If you take a look at it, if you just remove coding from the whole process of building a product, where everything non-tech, I don't mean by non-tech completely non-tech, but you still need to have understanding of what the developer is building, how is he building, where is he getting stuck, and stuff like that. But the rest of the things that I was doing, the whole process was organically helping me build those product skills, because I was doing most of the things which are project management, product management, so that when my CTO is building it, I'm able to do this project and product management, so that we are able to build this whole product, bring it together for the founder, so that they can take this fully final product. Build a final product, you need both product and project management, because project management is like managing a set of tasks that need to get done. Product management is more like a strategic viewpoint in terms of why we are doing these tasks, when we do it, how will we do it, and all those questions. So I was doing both of these. So this is how I was taking my design experience to a next level in terms of understanding. Here, I used to do all of this, which means I then organically got to know about product management. And I was like, holy shit. I'm like, I used to do pretty much everything that the product manager does in my previous freelance design experience. So that's where the answer lies to you all. Start a freelance practice. And even if you are at a job, you can learn certain things in a certain way, but it's not going to teach you a lot. There's not a lot of freedom there in terms of experimenting, talking to people, getting that high ownership experience for you to build those skills that you don't generally have, and build those product skills, build those conversational, close collaboration skills, stakeholder management skills that will help you a long way in your product career. So if you start a freelance practice, the founder or the client will have only you to sort of rely upon building this solution, or at least designing this solution. So that will sort of help you be more invested, think through a lot of things, because you have limited resources, limited time. That's where your brain starts working, and you have to think a lot more than you generally do. So you would have to think a lot of different things, and that will sort of help you sort of build these product skill sets. And that would be something that you will be able to translate to new skills to somewhere else. When you interview for a product, let me also put it, let you know, when you interview for a product role, how can you sell this skill? It's very simple. I used to do everything non-tech, but I used to tell I'm a chief product officer, or a non-technical, basically co-founder, which means that if I'm a non-technical co-founder, I'm taking care of everything non-tech, which is what a product manager does in a general company, where they take care of every other stakeholder, every other kind of work and conversations with the different kinds of stakeholders. Apart from, like, they also take care of technical conversations as well as non-technical conversations. So I was doing 70-80% of it. That was an easy sell, very easy sell for me. So that's how it is. So all in all, what I would recommend you is to start a freelance business, even if you're fully employed, or you're doing an design internship, or you're still in college, you just have design skills. Just try to start your freelance journey as early as possible, and try to be more curious with the client. Try to ask him the business needs. Why are we doing this? Who's the customer? Be very, very conscious and ask more questions. That will sort of even help the founder open up to you, and you will feel more like a product manager rather than a designer, because you're taking care of a lot more things than generally a designer does. So that's a win-win for both of you, the client as well as you. You're learning a lot more. Once you work with 4 or 5 founders to build their products, you'll be at a much better position to be able to call yourself that you have decent product experience or product skills. That's the best way that you can build product management skill set. And I would say this is a very, very superpower or an advantage that designers have over the rest of the folks, because designers get to closely work with designing the product, which is the first step of product uh, building or a product development. So that's where you have a really good chance, and I do think you can benefit or take advantage of that to the most. That's it in this video. I hope this really helps you. If you are in a design role or if you are a designer, I really hope this video helps you figure out your product management journey if in case you are interested in exploring product management. And do feel free to reach out to me. I also take one-on-one calls. Here's the link to that. Uh, and I'll also put it in the description. And also you can, we also run a product job board known as productjobs.in. If you're looking for jobs, you can check it out there. We have a free course called productmanager.mba, which is a free one. You can build your fundamentals, basics. Even if you're a designer, you need to know those basics. So I'll put all the links to all the resources that we have in the description below. And yeah, that's it. Keep learning, keep peering, and have fun. And I'll see you in the next one. This is Balaji Rao signing off.